Hey guys, so we are back with another video today, and in today's video we'll be covering a new talk concept, which I think I've not covered yet in these videos that I make. Okay, so it'll be a good learning for you in today's video. And apart from that, I would love to know you guys, okay, because I don't have any analytics or something about what you guys are up to in your life. Okay, if you guys are just trying to get your first job, or you're trying to switch a job, so it really helped me to get to know you guys. So if you can comment down below, I would really get to understand like what journey you are in, and I can create questions in that particular domain. Okay, so you have a understanding of at the difficulty level that you probably would want. Okay, so yeah, that's my question. Okay, but well, so in today's question, what I'm really trying to do here is that get a new concept out, which I think would help you, which is very important in when it comes to interviews because it's asked very often. At least in my journey, I've been asked multiple times this question, so it's a very important one for today. So I'll go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and then share the question, and we can do the same old drill of me solving it, and you can see the solution. So let me share. Yeah. So yeah, so this is the question that we're looking at. Yeah. So what does the question say? The question is, so this is a table that we have, okay, and it says that write a query to separate positive sales and refunds. Okay. Now, as usual, pause the question. I'm not gonna tell you, right? I'm not gonna give you a hint, okay, because I feel you'll be able to solve it, okay. So pause the question. Put this, you have the expected output. You have the expected output here. You have the create and insert statements here. Try it on your own. Spend at least 15 minutes, not more than 15 minutes, I would say. At max, I would say 20 minutes at most, okay? Because a lot of people, what they do is that they end up considering it like a personal battle. Because I've done this, okay? I've spent like 1.5 hours on trying to solve a question and not even being able to solve it, again, and wasted the entire time trying to do this question. So if you're not able to generate it, because most questions are because if you're good enough, you'll be able to generate solution within like 15 minutes, I would say. You would at least have a roadmap on creating a certain answer to it. You might not be completely correct. You might not pass all the test cases which is required, but you should be able to pass at least out of 10 test cases, or I would say 8 test cases. Okay. So you need to be able to write at least some solution in 15 minutes, I would say. So that's my thing. So do not waste a lot of time on the question. Just try to do it as much so yeah, so I'll go ahead and solve the question right now so you can understand what my process of thinking is, and how do I think when it comes to trying to solve this question. How do I know what syntax to use and how to use it? Okay, so what do we have here? So the question is simple, that write a query to separate positive sales and refunds. Okay, and this is the this is the table that we have. Okay, now what do we want? We want something like, you know, employee ID, employee name, sale time, and refund. Okay. Now, how do I know what syntax to use? So when I understand, when I look at the expected output, and when I look at this thing, okay, the word separated here, you know what strikes in my mind? That they want a division, a different type of columns, but they want it to be added into the same um, in the same table itself. Okay, so they want a separate table, but they want it to be in the same table. So what does that mean? It is a very clear example of you have to use a union function in this situation. Okay, and it's a very dead giveaway that when you have something like this, when they have something, they want a division but they want it to be in the same table, it's very most likely that they want it to be happen in the we have to use a union function in this. Now, let me go ahead and see. So let's see what the table looks like. So if you look in here, that so we want to write separate positive sales and refunds. Okay, so let's look at the positive sales. If you look at Alice here, 500, and then Alice again is 400 here. So then that's the reason we're getting at 900. Okay, and then Alice again is at 200, and there's no more Alice which are negative. Okay, so how do I calculate the positive sales? So they are positive sales. It's a very important word and you have to remember here. Okay, it's so we have to do this. I'll show you guys. So as usual, the what is the first table we have? We have the employee ID. Employee ID. Let me just write from employee sales, okay, employee ID, then you have employee, what do we have? Employee name, yeah, employee name. We have employee name, okay. And what else do we have? Okay. Okay, so what do we want? So what I see, so the question is that they don't want to, they don't want 500 to be added with 200 and 400. Why? Because they want it to be separate. They want that Alice, if she is positive, if the value is positive, it has to be this way, and the Alice is negative, they have to be in refund category. So you have to understand, this is a logic that you understand. So refund would be, okay, because the money was given back. Okay, so that's a reason you have to think about. If refund means negative, okay. So what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to do sum. I'm going to do what? Sale amount, okay? Sale amount as I'm going to do total sales. Total sales. Let me run this for you guys and show it to you guys, okay? Okay, now I have to use a group by function, yeah. Group by. Group by. What I have to group it by? Simple. Employee ID and employee name. Let me run this. Now, what has happened here? If you observe, what it has actually done. Remember, it was Alice was 500, 400, and 200. Okay, and now it is giving a 700 problem. So this is an issue that which we don't want. Now, as the say we want positive sales only, right? So I'm gonna add a where statement here, where sale amount, okay, sale amount is greater than 0. You understand? Very simple logic that I've used. Now we're getting as we wanted. You'd understand? So we got 500. Bob is at what? 500 and Charlie is at what? 700. Now, as we also want it to be a sale type, there's one more column in here. What I can simply add in here is this way. I can simply add something like, positive, because that's what the expected output looks like. As, what's the table name? As sale type. Sale type. Okay. So this is what we wanted, and we're getting it very easily. So the logic in here was simple, that we had to use this factor. So if it was positive, to use this way, and then group it by, and then use a sum for doing this. Okay. Now I also want for the now, as you know that the tables are separate, right? So it's a very simple way. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy this entire table and gonna paste here. Okay. And but the only change I have to do in here is that I have to here now add a negative here. Why? Because now I want refund. So here it was first positive, okay, and now I just want refund to be there, right? So I don't want this, so I'm going to just change this positive to refund, because that's what we're looking for in this one, right? Now let me run this and show it to you. You understand? Now we're getting Alice 200 again, okay. Now when we have achieved what we wanted, but now they are in a separate separate tables, okay. I have to simply do one thing. You know what I have to do? Simply use a union function here and see what is going to happen. Because, and I'll just remind you guys, so what is union function? Okay, so union is basically used when we have to join two tables together. Okay, we join two tables together, but the only you have to understand the factor in here is that the names of every column should match each other. So if you observe one thing in here, employee ID, employee name, sale type is matching with total sales. So what I've done in here is that so now if I run this, what it's going to do in here is that it's going to give us the value that we needed. You understand? What I've done in here is that I have actually done this. Now, there's another thing called union all. Now, when to use union and when to use union all, okay? Now, if I run union all, okay, again, it gives us the same output that we needed. So what is the use of union and union all? So you have to understand, if you want to remove, let's say, if you want to remove duplicates, okay, from this, then you use union, okay. So if, for example, if the value, okay, let me run this one, okay. Um, okay, so no, I don't need to run that. So if Alice, for example, if the rows were different in here, if you observe Alice, the employee ID name, positive and 900, but in here it is one Alice refund minus 200. If it was the same, if it was same in both the tables, okay, if it was same in both the tables, okay, Alice would have been, so only one of them would have been kept in here. So that's an advantage if you want to eliminate rows which are similar. But in this scenario, this is not similar. This is not similar to this one. Only the first two are similar. That does not mean they're similar, right? So here it is union is so union if I had just used union in that, if it was similar, union would have removed one of them rows, okay, and it can remove in any order. But here, if I want to keep, even if they were same, okay, even if I do it here, uh, it gives the same output what we needed, right? Simple concept, understanding of union and union all, very important concept, I would say. Particularly in most of the interviews, they love asking this question, okay, because it's very useful in most of the scenarios, okay. Yeah, so I hope you understand. Union, if you have to remove duplicates. Union all, if you still want to keep the duplicates alongside and join the tables together, right? And the requirement is understand employee ID, employee name. The names of all the columns should be similar if you want to join two things together. And now let me look at the output. Okay, so they have ordered it by this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use a simple order by function here. Order by. Let me run this. Perfect. As the way we wanted, okay, Alice refund the way we are getting it. So everything is perfect as we actually wanted in our final output. So yeah, I think this was a very good concept question for you to have a good understanding on how to use union functions in this. Okay, so the logic was simple to use this one. Okay, how to calculate. Okay, because a lot of people would have made a mistake would have been to just not use this part of it because they would have just tried to do they would have tried to sum it up and without differentiating it. Okay, so when they have question, so you have to understand when to do this, and the question was simple. It was the word separate for me that gave me away that okay, it has to be in a different way. So yeah, so that was the one which I found out, and they wanted, and they find the expected output also gave it away that they wanted to be in a different so that's the reason I found it out. So I hope you guys like this video. Yeah, so this was a very good question in my opinion. So I hope you guys like this video. And if there are any particular questions that you want me to try it out, or you think that I should really solve, or you want a better solution to it, or you want me to explain a solution which you already have but you don't understand it, okay, I would love to do that. So comment down below. I would love to do that. And if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate if you could just give 5 likes for this video. It really helps my channel grow and just helps me in general. So till then, thank you very much for watching this video and have a great day. Take care. Bye.